All right, Maya, let's take a look at your paper. MLA format first. This needs to be Times New Roman, so fix that. Everything is here. I mean, your paper is obviously about confidence, which is fine, but it's pretty boring. I think you can probably come up with a better title overall. Um, so, it's funny, I just got done reading at least your first two paragraphs. So, an interesting thing is to count how many times you use the word confident in your paper, at least in the first two paragraphs. It's amazing. So you start off with a quote. This is not how you're going to cite it, and we'll look at the MLA format to talk about that. I would actually flip-flop this and move this up. So that quote by the famous actress, no comma, Anne Hathaway, is just completely and utterly wrong. The word confidence is a powerful and strong word that describes only some people. And I would really emphasize that, italicize it or something like that. Um, this is, it never, and then you could rearrange this, okay? So the way to be in a superstar overnight is all about the confidence that you exude in 3 simple steps. And then you have your simple steps. Get rid of the old, do and reinforce the new. Accomplish the fame and start doing whatever you want. Your thesis is just basically a rehash of your main points. Okay, proper makeover, reach the impossible, and do as your heart desires. But I don't know if there's a strong sense of a theme in here. Confidence can take you a long way and push you to fame, because really your paper again is about confidence. It's all about being confident. So I don't know. I feel like maybe you need to rework this a little bit. If you're gonna bring up all your points here, why are you bringing them all up here again? So that's my only problem. The other thing, and it takes a while for you to get going, but you certainly have this very sarcastic tone, which is what you were going for, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. But if it wasn't for you just saying this in the introduction, I mean, it really is about confidence, but you're not a really tongue-in-cheek your voice isn't really tongue-in-cheek in here. It seems very straightforward. You have to be confident in who you are. You have to be able to accomplish, once you're famous, accomplish that, and start doing whatever you want. I would think that's kind of straightforward. But then when you read this first body paragraph, it is anything but, okay? All right, in order to be confident, you have to feel confident. This is a really good topic sentence here. First, comma, you'll start with your image because how you look means everything. So this is the start of snarky Maya coming out. You should start wearing plain clothes, invest in long trench coat and baggy clothing. Get that homeless vibe. Next, comma. So whenever you have that first, that second, that next at the beginning of the sentence, make sure you put a comma right there. This is where it starts to get really bad. This is actually a really hilarious line. Get as many plastic surgeries as you can, but you don't really. And this is what this paragraph is almost too much, Maya, because you're literally throwing everything out there and hoping that something sticks. And you need to maybe pare it down a little bit because it's almost overpowering. Because you use the plastic surgery line once, but never again. But then you go on and take at least 3 or 4 sentences to talk about eyebrows, which is a look thing for sure. Then you go into a house, and this is where, and now is getting into the ridiculous part. Celebrities will feel sorry for you because this is almost the eyeliner thing. You're almost just poking fun at people that do that. But now you're getting into the the ridiculous part of, oh yeah, celebrities are going to feel bad for you. They'll feel the location should be somewhat private, but not too private. Seems like we just went over this homophone lesson, Maya. But not too private because you want paparazzi to find you. Okay? And then you talk about a mental breakdown, which you haven't got yet, so you're skipping ahead to the steps. I don't know. I wouldn't bring that up unless it's something that's already been talked about. Then, again, I feel like this is all about family. You leave your family to, so you put commas around to there. So family, comma, to, comma. You don't want them dragging you down, which again, this is funny lines and it's great voice, but I think you're trying to do way too much in here. Okay. Move far away and meet a super hot male or female who could be your spouse, but don't let them take away the confidence you just built. So no comma there. Remember, only comma conjunction when you have 2 complete sentences. I love free Egypt or peaches. I actually can see peaches. I don't know. Free in Egypt, though, are pretty hilarious. So they can walk through school feeling insecure. After all, you don't want your children to have more confidence than you. That's hilarious. That kind of stuff is awesome. And then image truly only matters if you make yourself famous. So we'll talk about that. I would really rethink, Maya, this whole paragraph. I think the first step needs to be like your outside appearance as far as your physical appearance, and that's where you can bring up eyebrows and clothes and plastic surgery and all of that. And then the next thing you need to work on is your family appearance, and then you can have this paragraph with all these family things in there. I think the house thing is, I don't think it works because you don't really talk about your house being any sort of part of your mentality. Or your image. I don't think it really works in there. Now in your next paragraph, now that you've gained all of your confidence, you can show it off. This is really your transition statement, so I feel like that needs to go up here a little bit. This is like a line from Zoolander or something like that. It's almost comical. So they do the impossible. They're dedicated to it. All right, so I'm still a little confused about what this paragraph is about. You talk about accomplishing the impossible, but then you're figuring out what you're good at, and then it's about setting your mind to something, and then it's about connecting with famous people, and then it's about harassing famous people. So I really don't know what this paragraph is supposed to be about. When I go back up to your introduction, you say accomplishing the fame or reaching the impossible. So what I think really needs to happen in this paragraph is you got to have a much better idea of what you want to do with this and what it's really going to revolve around. Christian is capitalized. People listen to what matters. I think you'll probably, I know this is again a little tongue-in-cheek, but maybe you could expand on that a little bit. But again, why? I don't know. I just don't know what this paragraph is supposed to be about, Maya. And maybe I'm missing the point, but I really feel like you need to have a little bit more focus on where you want to go with this. Because if the first step was physical appearance, second step was family appearance, the next one might be social appearance, maybe something like that you have to have the right people around you, and then this part of your paragraph will make sense. Because then you have to act the part. You have to act like a celebrity at the end here. Once you have famous friends, by weaseling your way in, comma, they will help you with connections. And that I would rephrase that sentence because it's a little bit awkward too. Can get you far. That's weak wording. But really try to think of what that paragraph's going to be about, Maya. All right, so we're keep going with the philosophical garbage statements, which are hilarious. Follow your heart because the heart wants what the heart wants. Okay, very similar to your last one. So now you're living like a celebrity, and again, the problem with this, similar to your first body paragraph, is you're just throwing everything out and hoping something sticks. Like there's no build in this paragraph. It's just you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Play your mixtape, show the news clip, be cocky, show to events, because that you'll never be forgotten about. Chew with your mouth open, swear in public, keep your Christmas lights up all year long. Okay, here's a false statement that you made. Nobody cares what you do. You just got done telling me that the paparazzi is going to be following you all over the place. So I'm pretty sure people are going to be caring what you're doing. Get rid of that comma. And then you can't call yourself fully confident unless you act confident. So maybe the acting part here that you want to put in, or maybe some, in order to be a celebrity, you have to act like one here, and then maybe focus on like 3 or 4 things. Okay, do this and build on it. Do this and build on it. Do this and have support for it. Something like that. Otherwise, again, this is just a bunch of stuff thrown up here on the page and it doesn't flow right. Okay. Once you have a stronger thesis statement, you're going to put that first. will make you and your eyebrows look confident. That's hilarious. Now, in order to summarize that paragraph, you can't just talk about the mixtape. And that's why I'm telling you, I think you have way too much stuff in that paragraph. Because you focus on the mixtape, but that's not really what the paragraph is all about. So you might want to, again, look back at those last two body paragraphs, actually all three body paragraphs, to see what you should do to make them different. Again, all this philosophical nonsense is pretty funny. Being famous may unlock new doors, but confidence is the key, which is your title, which we already talked about a little bit. All right. So these are going to be in quotes, in quotes, in quotes. Okay. So this will be in quotes here, and then everywhere else where you used, yeah, so you put quotes there, which was fine. And then the Fox News, right? Yep, that's quotes. So that's fine. It was just the first one, Maya. You needed to put quotes around Anne Hathaway in order to make it work. All right, Maya, you have a great voice. Organizationally, for the most part, you're doing fine. But like I said, I just really think those body paragraphs need to be formatted a little bit differently, need to be organized a little bit differently overall. So work on that for your rewrite, and I think you'll have a much stronger paper.